This is the 2025 Porsche 718 Spyder, pure performance that is worth every penny. Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. We're back at Porsche Shreveport today to tell you all about this 718 Spyder. If you want to know more, check out the link down in the description of the video. Now, let me tell you one thing that is very important about this car. It has less than 700 miles on it. It is used, lightly used. The only reason it was traded in was because the previous owner said the color wound up being a little bit too loud for them, so they went with a white Porsche GT3 that they replaced it with. There is nothing wrong with this car, so practically brand new if it's something you want. Full LED lighting here with our lights, headlights, daytime running lights. I like the design of what we have. Typical Porsche, it doesn't look like anything else that's out there on the road. And something else that is nice here, no matter where you look, when you see a vent, there is no faux vent anywhere on this car. Everything is active, everything has a purpose, and the Spyder RS logo here on the front splitter. And something else that I like here is the complete absence on the exterior of gloss black. Why is that important? When you're out driving a car like this that's this low to the ground, driving spiritedly, well, you're going to have things that are going to come up and hit all of these different areas, especially on the lower portion of the front end. A matte black finish like this is much less likely to show any sort of damage. The exterior color is going to be shark blue. Now you will find the guards red seat belts, but I think that's a nice contrast. It works quite well. Everything looks good here. 20-inch wheels. We'll find the red brake calipers. When it comes to putting the top up or down, we have the releases right here on both sides. Just pull right there, and the next step is going to be to come right here. We're going to use this button to allow us to gain access to where the top is going to be stored. See if I can do this one-handed. There we go. And you can see where everything goes. There's actually another piece that goes with this that isn't here. It's inside. But I wanted to show you how everything looks as far as that goes. It is a top that is not power. It's manual, so you'll have to manually put it on and take it off, in case you are curious about how all of that works. 4 cubic feet worth of cargo capacity here in the rear trunk area, and you can see that you have a couple of fill points here in case you need that. You will find an additional 4 cubic feet of cargo capacity with the front trunk. In the event that you need to add windshield washer fluid, here is where you're going to do that. The only disappointing thing here is that I can't show you the engine, but I can sure tell you all about it. It's a naturally aspirated 4-liter Boxer 6 that makes a strong 493 horsepower, 331 pounds-feet of torque, mated to the 7-speed PDK transmission. You will find a 16.9 gallon gas tank. You can drive about 236 miles on a single tank of gas in the city, and about 321 miles on a single tank of gas out on the highway. That's if you're extremely well behaved with your right foot. Estimated MPGs come in at 14 city, 19 highway, and 16 combined. If you drive a full-size Chevrolet or GMC 1500 with a 6.2 liter V8 under the hood, it gets 6.2 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven, which happens to be the exact same number, 6.2 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven with this 718 Spyder. When it comes to the interior, it is somewhat minimal. You don't have an actual door handle. The release right here is more like a race car. The side view mirrors are power adjustable. They're manually folding, and you don't have blind spot monitoring built in, which means you're just going to have to drive like we did during the old school days and pay attention to what's going on around you. Here are the controls for adjusting the power side view mirrors, the power windows right here. And right here, you're going to find the manual release for opening the doors, more race car-like. I like that. And something that's a bit old school here. Notice that I can put the remote in here and it acts like a key so that I can start the engine like that. Something else that's going to be old school here is going to be the fact that we have the analog gauges. Do have a little bit of a digital gauge right here, but I like that it's so minimalistic here. Really nice. Gonna have the guards red once again right here with the background on the gauges and the Alcantara wrapped steering wheel. That way, if your hands start to sweat when you're out tracking this car, guess what? You're not gonna have your hands sliding all over a leather wrapped steering wheel. That makes things very simple. Cruise control is managed right here, and we'll have our shifter paddles on the back of the steering wheel. You'll still have your turn signal indicators right here. Make sure you use those when you're out driving on the road. And we have the control for our windshield wipers. Now, you will have some technology here that's a little more modern, including your infotainment screen, your center screen. We can go right here and look at a few different things that are going on with the vehicle. It's pretty simple to figure out what you have as far as this goes. And something that I think some people may ask about, so I need to show it, is going to be the fact that you have a backup camera here. If you live in the United States, that was actually something that was supposed to be mandated by 2020. Most manufacturers were well ahead of it, so you're not going to buy a new vehicle in this day and age in the United States that does not have a backup camera. And you'll find some of your buttons right down here. Depending on what you need to come up with, what you need to see, you can bring things up on the screen. Pretty easy to deal with. Simple, but effective. Here's everything for your dual zone climate control. That is something that's a little more modern. And we'll have heated seats. I dare not turn those on today because the heat index will be over 100 degrees. We don't need that. And our shifter right here, as you can see, there's everything that we're going to do there. You can also manually shift through the 7-speed transmission if you want to by bumping this over to the left, gearing up and gearing down. And when we hit this button, we're going to notice a little bit of a change with the exhaust. I can give you an exhaust clip without being outside of the car this way. And you can see some of the other features here as far as PDK Sport, suspension, ESC off. You can turn ESC traction control off right there. Now, you don't have a ton of space within the interior, but that is not the idea with a car like this. We'll go right here and show you the glove box. And if you're wondering about USB connectivity, there is one USB port located in the interior of the center console. And if you're wondering if there's only one USB port, the answer to that question is no. As you can see, there is another USB port within the glove box. One thing you may have noticed is that there are no controls on the steering wheel. So how do you control what you see over here on this right-hand side of the driver's display with the instrument cluster? Here's how you do that. You're going to use this lever, and I'll show you how that works. You can just see as I move that up, move it down, whatever I need to do. I can work my way through several different options, just in case you are wondering about that. Like I said, this is a very minimal interior. Overall, the vehicle is very minimalistic, but I think that's what a lot of people want in this day and age, and something that unfortunately is lacking across the majority of automotive manufacturers out there. You saw that there is a lot of carbon fiber within the interior. You'll also find the carbon fiber hood. Okay, here we go on the test drive. A couple of things I forgot to mention earlier in the video that might be good information for you to know about is the fact that you have a manually adjustable steering wheel. It is tilt and telescopically adjustable, and the driver and passenger seats are power adjustable. You're going to have all of those great features. So a lot of adjustability for the driver and the passenger. The main thing here is the overall driving experience, and being for a fantastic high-performance sports car as it is, the ride quality is surprisingly good. Now I'm just going to let you listen for a little while. That's the fun part about driving around in this Spyder. I hope the wind doesn't mess up the audio too much, but we'll just do our best. Definitely a lot of fun to drive. I'd love to step on the pedal a lot harder, but with a little over 600 miles, we're gonna take it somewhat easy compared to what we might otherwise. But just cruising around and getting on it a little bit more than, well, maybe I should, I don't know, but you can definitely tell that this 718 wants to get up and go. It doesn't like driving slowly. Even at lower speeds, just getting into the gas a little bit makes a big difference in how great it sounds. Overall, such a fun car to drive. The handling characteristics, as you would expect, absolutely on point. The steering could not be more tight and responsive. And, well, pretty easy to see out of, too. I like that. But you feel so involved in driving the car with the top down compared to what you would with the top up. It's just a different experience. Thankfully, I'm doing this early enough in the day where it's not scorching hot outside and I can actually get away with it. But I'll tell you what, it would be so much fun to get my hands on this exact car, broken in, ready to really take it around a road course, whatever the situation is, wherever I can find a good safe place to step on it and put it through its paces. A lot of fun to drive, that is for sure. It is worth every penny. Here it is, the 2025 Porsche 718 Spyder. Pure performance that is worth every penny. Tell me what you think about this car and if it's something you plan to buy. I'd like to say a special thanks to my friends at Porsche Shreveport for loaning me this 718 for the day so I can tell you all about it. And a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That's very helpful to me. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And if you would, please share this video on your timelines on social media so other people can see it. If you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.